صل على محمد وآل محمد الأئمة والمهديين وسلم تسليما كثيرا. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. I hope all of you guys are well, inshallah, and I would just go on forward just to talk because I didn't write any diary when I was there, but I remember most of the important things, inshallah, and I have written down some points, and I will read from it, and I will talk. I will just go forward from it, inshallah. Okay. Before I left to Egypt, I couldn't sleep for 2 days, so I was like, I felt something will happen, and I was opening the Quran, going back and forth, and to be honest, I was like in a doubtful situation, anxious. So I was like, I was like wondering about myself and my position and things like that. So just out of nowhere, like the 2-3 last hours before, I was like, I opened the Quran and it came some verses, and from there I was like, I gotta go. To be honest, my intention was to do hijrah. I wanted to do hijrah and leave for good, but the timing for that wasn't right. But my intention was there. So after I opened the Quran, I was like, directly I'm gonna go, So I went to the train station, I left, and I came to the airport, and I bought the last ticket, and subhanallah, it was like one seat left, and subhanallah, alhamdulillah, so like it was meant for me to do that either way, and so yes, during the journey I was like feeling something big will happen, and when I came to Egypt, I met the brothers, and they were very interested why I did this action, if we say so, they were like asking me questions, especially Abdullah. He was asking me questions, what is your intention behind this, and what do you want to do, and things like that. And I told him hijrah, because I really wanted to do hijrah to Egypt, but the timing wasn't right. So so the first day we were there, and I was like feeling, doubt in my heart, I was feeling, it was not doubt about Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala or things like that, or not the Imam, nothing like that. It was like, it was about myself, and I was like thinking, well, it was more like my duties, I was doubtful about my duties, what to do, or things like that, so I was like, what's gonna happen, and so on, So the first 2 days we were talking, the brothers and me, and the situation was a little bit unstable, and so like after 2 days, like the first day, so we went out, and they showed me Egypt. MashaAllah, it's very, very beautiful country. Like, it's known for the 1,000 minarets, as Joseph used to say, and it's true. Like every corner there is a mosque, and I never have, I have only been in Denmark for like a couple of hours, and in Poland with my school class, So I have not, I'm not the journey guy, I have never I have never taken an air flight, That was the first air flight in my life I have taken, the first flight in my life. So that was a big step too, because I need to take my mother and my brother to Iran, and I felt I wasn't prepared to do such a big step. So end of time, exactly. Too many mosques, too many people, but low on faith. And it wasn't really like that. When we were in the Maqam of Hussein alayhi salam, there was a lot of people, but I didn't see, sincere in them, Allahu Alam. But there were also some special guys, some special persons in there too, and I will come to that later. So when I came to Egypt, I was like, okay. It felt right, but at the same time, it didn't feel good because I had, later on, I will explain why. So, like a couple of days later, Javid and his brother came, and his brother wasn't Ansar at that time, they didn't pledge allegiance to. So it was only like Javid. He was the only one, who was an Ansar from the brothers, So, so later on, later on when they came, the first day or the second day when they were there, we went to the Maqam of Hussein for the first time, and this is the first time I went to ziyarat. This is the first time I even visited a place that, something related to Ahlul Bayt alayhim salam. And I gotta say, the energy, the first time I was there, the energy was so strong, it made me to broke down, if you say so, And I just left the group and I went for myself, And the energy was so strong. It's hard to describe, It's hard to describe. Like you have to feel it for yourself, inshallah. Then the same day, during the time we were there, there was a guy with like the clothing style of the Ahlul Bayt. He had like white clothing and a green belt, if we say so, like a green scarf around his stomach and to his shoulders. And that guy was a black guy, and we didn't say salam to him or anything because I want to approach that guy. It was like a special looking guy, to be honest. Still today, I wonder if he was an angel or what he was, Allahu A'lam. But he had a special characters, that not many people I've seen in my life was acting like him, And the same day, the first time we were in the Maqam, we were doing our ziyarat. Then the guy approached to Abdullah Hashim and he said to him, "Who are these guys you are with? I had never seen these guys before." And from there he gave Abdullah Hashim like 6 or 5 parchments, like for everyone. I don't know if Abdullah received one, but I think even him, So every one of us like received a green parchment. It was like a green letter, like a small one, like in the size of a hand. And that green letter said something that made my heart even more stronger, And I don't know exactly because it has some text on the back, but in the front it says something like, "Whatever you do, whatever path you choose, you will be victorious." Something like that. And that was like a big sign for us, a very big sign for us, because after the days I was opening the Quran and it said the same thing, we will receive like a parchment, a message, And that was it, and I was like really happy. So from the days later, the days before, when Abdullah and Joseph and them, they were like laying low, they didn't go out, pray in public and things like that. So they were mostly at home. But when we came, me and Javid and all of them, we became a group, So from there we started to pray in public. We started to pray the salats in public, because as you guys know, our salats are not the same as the other ones, So like people were like watching us. If I prayed alone, after that, like people were like, come here. They wanted to know my name and things like that. They wanted to know information, because they were like suspicious what we were doing and things like that. But I didn't care, to be honest. I didn't care. It's like that, people will be always suspicious, and they will always be like, they will wonder what we are doing and why we pray like that, and why we do like 7 takbirs and things, and the things like that. And so yes, and the days after, we planned to go to Al-Azhar Mosque, or the Al-Azhar Mosque, and it was really beautiful that day. It was like a clear night, a clear day. The sun was shining, and the feeling was really good. And we went to the mosque and we prayed a congregation prayer again together. And from there, when we finished the prayers, just out of nowhere, Abdullah Hashim, he wanted to visit a room or anything. I don't know. I don't remember what he wanted to do. He wanted a key from one of the sheikhs around there or something like that. Then out of nowhere, a journalist came to Abdullah Hashim. He went to a room. He was like talking with the sheikhs in there, and a journalist just popped up out of nowhere, And he wanted us to make a radio segments in the Egyptian channel or satellite. And he was really happy, And that was like another admonition for us that this is something to it, And he was like asking us and things like that. And Abdullah Hashim, he was saying some things, and mentioning Imam Ahmad al-Hassan, but in another way, not taqiyya way, if we say so. And inshallah, I hope inshallah that Abdullah will make a video about this, because this will be like a big surprise, and he will go to details. I think he will go into details, but I will tell this. So yes, and from there we were like very happy, because it was another successful thing for us, because the journalists came and we got our chance to, mention our Imam alayhi salam. And so yes, to be honest, many things have happened. Before I came to Egypt, I was connected with the Many Verdi, and I was friend with him, and we met Shawki. He was really nice. I have to say, a tired lion. He seemed like a tired lion, and the timing, there were like 3 birthdays, and there was like Uncle Shawki, and so many things have happened, and many of those things are in the videos, But the biggest thing for me was, like, to be honest, it was like the first time we went to the Maqam, the parchment were given to us, and the next time Abdullah Hashim was talking about a night, that happened only once, I think, in the Maqam, not so long ago. I think it was last year or a couple of months ago. I don't remember exactly which date it was. But in the Maqam, the light turned off. And the light turned off, a spirit being, like a light came down from above, from I don't know exactly if it were somewhere in the Maqam. A light came down and it said, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. And we took it as, I don't know, I took it like it maybe was Imam Hussein alayhi salam or anyone. I don't know exactly, but I took it as that. And that was before. We weren't witnesses of it, But people were witnesses, and it came on the news, and it came. So yes, yeah. So the next time we went to the Maqam alayhi salam, the Maqam of Hussein alayhi salam, we went, and it was like just suddenly we were like feeling, okay, let's go to this Maqam, and we went, and we did everyone at the time we came to the Maqam, everyone like were raising their hand, even me too, and we were making dua. And at the same time, when I finished my dua, I saw Abdul Hashim finish him, and Javid told us he finished his, and everyone like looking at each other. And like for like after 2 seconds, when we finished our dua, the light went off. The second time we were there, the light went off for like 10 or 15 seconds. And the situation in there was like people were screaming, Ya Allah, and everything.